Okay, so this is going to be the first of 4 short videos that ties into the last 4 videos added to the YouTube channel, which showed how to create block C, block D, block F, and block G. The next phase of this is then to take those parts that we created and put them into drawings. And so I'm going to create 4 short videos, starting with block C, how to put that into a drawing, then I'll show one for D, F, and G, respectively. Okay, so if you look into your folder for week 11.2 through 11.6, you're going to notice a lot of PDF files in there. The first 4 are the actual blocks that we created. Okay, those are the PDF files showing you the sizes, the shape, and the videos I created that went with those. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take that first one, block C, and we are going to put it onto a drawing. Okay, when we're done, that drawing will look like this. Okay. This is a formal communication tool. So if you're designing a part, this is what you would actually submit in to somebody to build it for you. Okay, it's a mechanical drawing. It has all the information that someone needs to actually define and build this part. We need to start producing these so you can print and turn these in for grade. Now, the last couple classes I floated around. I set up your computer so that you have access to Solidworks Templates. That's what this is, a template, so that you can create these drawings on your own. So with that said, I'm going to go into my Solidworks. I'm going to go ahead at this point. I'm going to start with a file new. Now, the last couple classes I worked around with you, I set up your Solidworks templates. Okay, I also set it up so that when you started, it should be in the advanced mode. We no longer want to be in this novice mode. Okay, we're not picking parts or assembly or drawing. We have set up so you have a pathway to the templates folder, Solidworks templates folder, that has the part files you need. But more importantly, it also has the drawing paper or templates you need. Okay, and if you click on each, you can kind of see what the shapes look like and what the drawings are. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to start off with an A-size paper. A-size paper is a normal 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. B-size paper is 11 by 17. Our printers here can print on both, and some of the drawings that you will do down the road will require you to use a B-size border. However, for all the blocks that we're doing currently, C, D, F, and G, those will be put onto an A border. Okay, so you'll notice these are named GHSA half inch. That's a half scale inch type paper. Okay, GHSA, GHS, Grandview High School, A size paper, 8.5 by 11, inch units. All right, GHSA inch fraction, GHSA metric, which means everything's in millimeters, and so forth. The one I want you to click on and open is GHSA inch fraction. When you left click on this and hit the word OK, it'll pause for a second, and then on your screen will appear the actual paper that we want to submit or create our part on. Now, you don't have to draw anything on this. You've already created the part. What we need to do is go locate the part so that we can put the part onto the paper. To do this, if you look to your left, sometimes if you already have the part open, you'll see the title of it right here. When you do, all you do is double click it and you go to the next step. In my case, I have not opened the part yet, so nothing is showing in my open documents. So what I have to do instead is go to Browse, and I'm going to go into my H drive, okay, and then I'm going to find my TechEd 1 folder, and inside my folder, I know I have Block C. I have a couple of them because I've done them for each class, okay. I'm going to left click on Block C, the first one, and click the word Open. Now what's going to happen is it's going to show a box on the screen. Don't click anywhere, just move your mouse and go towards your left side of the screen. This is your property manager. Anytime you want to do something in SOLIDWORKS, a property manager is going to show up to the left to allow you to make adjustments. Specifically, what we need to do is, 1, make sure that our view, and here's our views, I can do a front, I can do a bottom, I can do a top, I can do a right side, I can do a left side, and I can do the back. Okay, unfolding the box. What I want to make sure is when we start our drawings, we should always be starting from the front view. That's the center box right here, front view. To help us see it, I want you to click on the word Preview. Now you'll see a check mark in the box. What that does, if you look on my screen right now, it shows you an outline of the part you created. Okay, so you know that you have the right part on the screen. Now again, don't click anywhere. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move our way down here a little bit. And now we're going to talk about display style. Okay, what I want to make sure of is when we display style, I would like it, you can do it in color. So here's what it looks like in color. If I turn the color on, you can see color. I can do this color. I can do no lines, so it just looks like it's clear. I can do it with hidden lines, which allows you to see any kind of cuts. I can do it with all see-through lines. I would always like you to click on the second box called Hidden Lines Visible. So turn that box on with a left click. Now the scale for this drawing. It has defaulted to 1 to 2. But on our drawing, which I'll go back to, you'll notice the scale right here says 1 to 1. So I need to change my scale to 1 to 1. The only one that's going to be 1 to 2 is the one in the corner, and I'll show you how to change that in just a second here. So I'm going to go over here where it says 1 to 2. To change it, because it's grayed out, I go to Used, Custom Scale. I drop this arrow down, and I'm going to scroll up until I see 1 to 1. Left click on 1 to 1. Now from here, all you have to do is come out here on your screen. You should now see that the design or the block is much bigger. I'm going to start with my front view. Now the front view starts in the lower left corner of the paper. So somewhere approximately in this lower left, I'm going to left click one time. And then I'm going to move my mouse up, and you'll notice immediately it begins to create the top view automatically. I'm going to pull up and left click again. Then I'm going to come down here to my right, and if I pull to the right side, it creates the right side view automatically. I'm going to left click again. And then last but not least, I'm going to pull up and towards my right at a diagonal. This is called the isometric view, okay? Or I call it the model view, so the person building it knows what it looks like. When you get up in this corner, just left click one more time, and then to deactivate this tool, hit escape. Now, to show you what's going on, if I grab one of these boxes and left click and hold, I can move these around. You'll notice these three figures are all locked together. However, this one up here, I can move freely wherever I want to move it. Now, I'm going to leave it in this upper right-hand corner. The only thing I want to do is I want to do two things to it. I want it to be in color, and I need it to be half the size. Well, to make that happen, all you have to do is somewhere inside this box, you see a box right here, left click. Over to your left, you'll notice you get properties again. What I'd like you to do is I want you to change it from see-through to color. And then I want you to go where it says scale 1 to 1. I want you to go use custom scale and drop this down to 1:2. So now the three main views are 1 to 1, but the upper right view is at 1 to 2. Okay, at this point I'm going to hit my check mark. And now out here, I'm just going to make some adjustments. And now all we have to do is finish by adding some dimensions. Well, you probably wonder what are dimensions. Dimensions are these numbers that define the size of the part. Now what I would like you guys to do is I'd like you to go ahead and put the dimensions in exactly the same spots as mine. So it makes it easy for grading purposes. Okay. But more importantly, that way you know if you're missing any, you can just easily look to see if you have a gap anywhere. So I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to slide over to my other screen so I can kind of see the numbers. And then over here, I'm going to start adding in my dimensions. Now, how do I do that? Just like you've been doing in your sketching mode, you can go up here where it says Smart Dimension, which you should know now. And I'll start from the top. Same exact process we've been doing in our sketching. I'm going to click on this line one time, pull to my right, left click a second time. Now you'll notice the arrowheads are sticking out, okay? But on our drawing that we're modeling after, the arrows are on the inside. To change which way your arrows point, just click the little dot at the back, okay? That allows you to adjust it. With this tool, I'm going to do the same thing above. I'm going to go to this line, left click again. I'm going to flip the arrows inside, and if you notice, you move it, the yellow line comes up to align these two so they're on the same level. I like keeping things nice and clean, so my preference is everything is on the same line. I'm now going to click on this very top line here and this very bottom line here and pull to my right. Approximately right in the middle, I'm going to left click. All right, working my way down to the lower view. Roll in. I'm going to add the following dimensions. I'm going to click on this line to the right and pull to my right. Left click. I'm going to flip the arrowheads in by clicking the back dot. I'm going to click this top line and this bottom line and pull to my right. Left click again. I'm going to click this top line right here and pull up, left click, and then I want to flip my arrowheads to the inside. Hit the little dot. I'm going to hit this top line and match that up right here. And then I'm going to finish with a click on this far left line, I click on this far right line, and pull straight up a little above this 2.5, and left click again. Now at this point, I am done with this tool, so I'm going to turn it off by hitting escape. Okay, so now if you look back at our drawing, I've got all these 3 numbers and all these numbers on. Now, for here, I need to add a title in here. Okay, so I'm going to have to use my note tool to add this in. Block C and bold and underlined, scale 1 to 2, and material is pine. Okay, so now, pulling that back over, I am going to blow out or hit my F key. I'm going to add a note right below this. To do that, on the same toolbar above you have your Smart Dimension, I want you to click on the word Note. It's a capital A. When you do that, you're going to get basically a text box. Okay, so I'm going to blow up so you can see it's really big. Anywhere below this, I'm going to left click. And when you do that, you're going to get basically a modify box right above it. Now here is our rules for putting in titles. Our font size will always stay, our font will always stay at Arial. The font size though will always be 12, bold, underline, and centered. Okay? Caps lock is a priority. You cannot type anything in here in my class with lowercase. Everything must be in all caps. We're going to type the following. Block C, enter. Now this line, I'm going to take my bold and underline off. Caps lock still on, scale. You'll see if you go back too far, it drops the font size, so I got to go back to my 12. Scale. And then I just lost my thing again, so now I got to again go back and turn my font back on. Caps lock on, scale 1. You can do colon if you want to, or equals 2. Enter, material is pine. Now, if you click anywhere outside the box and hit escape to turn the tool off, there is your title. Okay, now your title can move. You can move this whole thing around. You can adjust the title by left clicking and dragging where you want it to. Okay, so now if I hit my F key, the main gist of the drawing is done. The only thing I have left to do, if you look at this, is I need to get my title block here. Now it says block C drawing and then your name. So we got to start learning to type this in. You cannot turn this in with this saying your name. If I see it with your name, it's going into the trash. Okay, so what we want to do is go in and change that information. Well, to do that, all you have to do is blow up by rolling in. Title, you're going to double click it. When it turns into a box, caps lock on, you're going to type the following. Block C drawing. Okay, hit your green check mark over here. You can adjust this. If you like to keep it there, you can left click and drag it around. I'll put a little bit more towards the side. Where it says GHS student here, it'll be your name. You're going to type your name the following way. You can go with your whole name, or I prefer my initial and my last name. Hit your green check mark. I'm just going to drag and adjust. And then the date. Official date I'm doing on right now is 11/3/20. See, this is an old file, 12 years old. Okay, and then scale will be 1 = 1, and period is 3A. Right, if I hit my F key, now my drawing is complete. At this point, I want you to save it, so I'm going to do a File, Save As. Yes, update the views before you save. Always say yes to that. And then all I'm going to do is, under my Tech Ed 1 folder, I'm just going to call this Block C Drawing. So I'll add that in there. Block C. And I'm going to say Save. Now, a couple things. Normally, all I would have you do is do a file print. So you just go up here and hit your print button, and you'd print to the class printer. It would automatically come out, and you would turn it into the collection box. Okay, right now, what I want you to do is just save this until you're next in class. Next time you're in class, all I want you to do is go to File. I want you to say Print. It should see L109 right here. As soon as you see L109, just simply say OK, and it's printing. This is what you'll turn into me, and that's what I'll give you a grade on. Now, pending we go to remote, and that's a high probability, we'll talk about an alternate way for you to turn your assignments in, either by A, uploading them into Schoology, or attaching this drawing to an email and sending it to me. That way I can open them up on my own. Okay? With that said, that takes care of Block C drawing. Get this taken care of and saved so you can print it next time I see you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Email me. Otherwise, good luck.